All right. Okay, so today I have Latanya with me. Hey, Latanya.
Hey,
Hello,
how
hello,
you
hello.
doing?
I'm good. I'm happy that you're here today so we can do this just interview as to where you currently are. We're about 8 weeks in for you right now. So I do have a few questions and yeah, I just want to get a feel for what's happening for you while you're here in the program and what's it's been like. So my first question for you is I really want you to think about this and be honest in terms of what was going on in your life for you before you joined the program. Like what was life like at that point in time?
Oh, it's a loaded question.
I know, right?
Okay, life was it was pretty stressful. It was pretty
Okay.
hectic. Yeah, it
Yep.
was pretty like just kind of like go, like
Yeah.
constantly being in survival mode,
Yeah.
getting things done, being a single parent, trying to feel like I always had to be in control of everything, like, because if I'm not doing it, then who else is doing it, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, I would say life was kind of like that. Just very busy, just like never no time to rest.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of really just focused on just like getting things done, constantly getting things done.
Okay. That makes sense. And I think a lot of women can relate to that because, when you are a single mom and even if you are married, like you still oftentimes like feel like, okay, I'm running around trying to get all of the things done. And
Mhm.
so I guess my question for you is like, what made you finally say yes? Okay, I can't be doing life like this anymore. What was it that you were like, I need to do something different. I need to make a change. What was that moment for you?
Just my stress level, like I'm like, this is not, it's not good for my mental health. It's not good for, me, even just being present as a mother. Like, this
Yeah.
is not what I want for my life. And then I kind of stumbled across the program
Hmm.
and I was like,
Hmm.
what is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm feminine. You know, I'm like, what do you mean? But I do know that there's like areas that like I can embrace my feminine side more and just kind of be more vulnerable. And I'm like, I want to know what that looks like, you know?
Hmm.
I want to know how to go about doing that because it's kind of like when you've kind of lived a life for a certain amount of time, like you're kind of just like that's just who you are. That's your identity. Like you don't know anything else. And
Hmm.
I just felt like this program was something that I needed to kind of like, realign me with like who I am and like who God says I am and who I'm supposed to be and not who the world has kind of shaped me to be.
Hmm.
That
I
makes
love
sense.
that. Absolutely, that makes sense. It
Okay. Okay.
100% does make sense. And I feel like a lot of women have actually even spoken to the point where they don't even know, like, what does it even truly mean to be feminine? Have I ever really been feminine? Like I don't even know what that looks like, where to begin, all of those things. So, um, what is something that you can say about yourself that you've realized has really changed in the last 2 months since you've been in the program? Or that you're working on, or you're just like you're discovering, or all of those things, all of that put
Okay.
together.
Um, I could say that I've been at peace more,
Okay.
like I've learned to let go
Yeah.
and let God. It sounds so cliche, but it's like
Yeah.
it's actually real, not feeling like I have to, be in control. I have to know what the next step is, what the next move is, like, what this like next direction is. It's kind of like a scenario of like stepping out, not knowing if that like staircase is going to be there, but just having that
Mm.
faith, believing that God is going to create that next step for me.
Hmm.
Um, so that's kind of what I've experienced. Just yeah, like it's just kind of it's so hard to answer this question, but yeah, just being softer,
Okay.
being softer in even the way I respond to people,
Okay.
the
Okay.
way I talk,
Hmm.
even just asking for help. I'm kind of like that. Like I can do it by myself, like I'm good, I'm independent,
Yeah.
like, not no Destiny's Child, but
Right.
that like I'm
Yeah.
independent, but it's like I've been learning to not feel like I have to be independent. Like I've learned to like if I
Ah.
need, then I can ask for help or, as a woman, like we need help. There's certain things we don't need to be doing that,
Yeah.
you know, um I want to step into that like passenger princess role as opposed to me having to drive, you know? I'm like, no, you drive, and I'm not
Right.
even turning on the GPS. Like, you're gonna do it, God. But
Yeah, you're in control of all of the things. Yeah.
yes, of everything, you know, because it's kind of hard to let go of control when you've been in control your whole life, or you just don't like the unknown, you know what I mean? Like if I don't do this, like then what's gonna happen? But yeah, I found that in the last couple months, even just connecting with the ladies, hearing their stories and being able to relate to them and like, like, oh wow, that I didn't know that was not being feminine, or I thought that was just normal, or oh, this is
Right?
being feminine. Oh, okay. So yeah, like that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. I'm gonna just let it go, and I'm gonna even just like, yeah, just my daughter can see the difference in me, definitely, even how I'm showing up, and just yeah, I feel a lot softer. Like I feel more vulnerable.
That's what I was
Like
gonna say. That is the word I was actually
yeah,
like
like
waiting to
I'm
say.
crying more. I'm like, what are these liquid things coming from my eyes? But I'm crying more. I'm embracing that
You're
softer
embracing
side.
that side.
Yeah,
Not that this
yeah.
program makes you start crying, everybody, but you're not
Yeah.
afraid to be
Yeah,
vulnerable
but I'm not
now.
a crier. Like I'm more like whatever, like I'm a soldier, I'm a G, but you told me to stop. You told me to stop saying that. I am a G, I'm a girl. I'm a girl. And
You're a
that's what
girl,
it is.
G.
I am a girl. So I need to start operating in that if I need to like, if there's a moment of weakness or a time that I want to be vulnerable, I don't have to feel afraid to do it or fearful of like, am I
Mm,
gonna look like I'm soft? Like, no, I am soft. Like that's what
yeah,
women are supposed to be, soft.
yeah.
So yeah,
So when you
that's
say that out loud, though, because I hear you saying these words, but what, and I can do this with you, but what's actually happening in your brain? Because it's one thing to actually say the words, but like what's happening for you in your brain? Like how is it connecting and what does it mean for you? Because you really have been, and it's not just you, like so many women can relate to this story of being the one that has been super independent. They've done all of the things. They're taking care of the kids. They've never relied on anybody else. They've never really put faith in anything else. Like they're just, or they say they do, but they really don't. And they're just wearing all of the hats. Like, what does it actually really feel like that someone's actually making you truly look at this and then talk about it? Like,
I
what does,
know it's shocking, I guess, because I never thought I'd get to this place. Or yeah, just like I said, like growing up, like I grew up, with a single mom. So it's kind
yeah.
of like you're seeing that strong, independent woman, you become
Mm.
that. It's kind of the norm, but I don't think I've ever seen my mom cry, like maybe she
Oh,
would, in her own private spaces, because as a mom you go through stresses or just
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
But I'm allowing my daughter to see that. Like I'm allowing my daughter to know like I'm not Tin Man, Like I have a heart. Like
Yeah.
I'm not built of stone, and that things do happen in life, and crying is not a sign of weakness, but it's more of like a sign of surrender,
Mm.
and just allowing yourself to embrace your feelings, what you're going through at that moment doesn't define like where you are, but yeah, just being vulnerable is like not something that I would do often, or even
Yeah.
like I've had friends for years and they haven't seen me cry, So yeah, they're like, you're the strong one, Like
Yeah.
something will happen, they'll be like, you'll get over it. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not getting over it. Like I'm breaking down inside, but I would never
Yeah.
show them that. Now I can actually be vulnerable and, let them know, like, no, I'm not like, when someone's like, how are you? I'm
Yeah.
good. No, I'm not good. Like this is
Yeah.
what is bothering me. And like my whole mindset has changed.
Oh
Like
my
I want
gosh.
to be that vulnerable person, like I want to be able to express my emotions
Yeah.
at any time and not really care who's watching or what they think, because it's really between me and God, and it's my own personal healing, right?
Yeah.
So I feel
Yeah.
good. I feel really
Yeah.
good about that.
Oh, I love that. I actually really love that for you. So then I wonder if this kind of like leads into the next question, if this would be your answer as well, or if there's more. What's something that you would say that you really struggled with before joining the program that you feel is different now? And it could be one thing, it could be a multiple areas of things. Like what's something that you know was like, yeah, but you see the change happening, you see the transformation taking place for you.
I would say control. That was a big one.
Mhm.
Like always having to be in control, or having to like, make just kind of like be taking the lead, you know? Like now I can kind of step back and not have to take the lead. Another thing I struggled with, like I said, is showing my emotions,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, being vulnerable. I struggled with just like different areas, maybe even like forgiving people easily.
Oh, okay.
And now it's kind of like I'm allowing, like no one's perfect, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
kind of like looking at it from like a Christian's perspective, and the way that God has forgiven me or given me second chances, I need to kind of extend that same grace to others.
Mm,
Um,
okay.
what
That's
else have
big.
I? Yeah, it is a big one, because you know when you think about like what God has done and where He's brought you from, you're like, okay, I can't hold this person up in my heart, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Because also what it does for you too, like I don't think that many people even understand, like when you are really, we actually talked about this in our call, like the group call on Tuesday, when we like forgiveness is it's for you to be able to kind of let them go. But the
that
longer you hold them up, it's like what's happening to you. And if you forgive
exactly.
someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have always are going to get access or gain the same level of access that they had before. It might be
Mhm.
different, but releasing them is,
Yeah.
something that it's actually therapeutic and actually healing for you as well too.
And just trusting people, just, you know, like this like group of ladies, like
Yeah.
trusting that we can be open and honest with each other, and you know, share our wins,
Hmm.
share areas where we did come up short, you know,
Yeah.
and like areas that we've identified that we could have done things better, or how we should be showing up more feminine in those areas.
Yeah.
And yeah, just I struggled with kind of just being softer, you know?
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
find that God is allowing me to do that just in like areas of fear, like the things that there's things that I'm doing now that I kind of feared before, but now I'm kind of more like,
You're open
yeah, I'm more open to do it. I'm allowing God to do it, and work in me. So yeah, I would say that.
without sharing all of your business. I will say that, I mean, you did share with me there's a lot of things that you're like, you know what, no, I'm going to do this, I'm joining this, I'm getting this coaching, I'm going to do that, like, and you're allowing yourself to get the supports, get the things that you need, because you're really in that place right now where it's like it's transformation time, like enough is
Yeah,
enough. And I
yeah,
appreciate that immensely about you right now and what's taking place for you.
yeah. Like I want to get back to that person who God called me to be. Like I said before, not who like the world has shaped me to be, or life
Yeah.
situations have caused me to be. Like I've kind of built this defense mechanism, and I kind
Mm-hmm.
of like it's like a hard shell around myself that like no one can really like break through, but I find God is like slowly shattering it and
Yeah.
allowing like my true self to show up.
Oh, I love that. That's it. That's it. So that's you actually as well too, coming out of that kind of survival mode mentality,
Yeah, yeah,
right? That's like it's like all or nothing. I'm doing it all. Like it's just on me, and because it's all on me, like everybody depends on me, and so it's like you can't really have emotions, you just like be like a robot, you're just kind of like going
yeah,
around
yeah.
just doing the things, and that's it.
And
So
being in control. And now I like even I've been saved for a while, you know, but it's
yeah.
just like even throughout this program, like the scriptures that it's giving to us, like the journaling, and like really the five pillars, like taking them in like
Mm-hmm.
weekly, and yeah, just like realizing that, you know, like God is in control, and not focusing on the resource, but focusing on the source, which is God,
Yes.
and
Yes.
allowing him to just take the lead, you know, like in things like we feel like we got to fight for ourselves, and God's like, hey, relax, like I will fight your battles.
Yes.
And some battles are not even for you to fight, because if doors close, I have better ones for you that I'm opening. So even just like that type of trust, like, okay, God, this didn't work out, but there must be a reason. You know, like I did give you an example of
Yep.
something that didn't work out,
That went
and I was
down.
kind of
Yep.
upset, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm ready to go to bat, you know, go to war. And then God's like, relax. And then he opened up an even better door. And I
He
was like,
did.
oh,
Yep.
okay. You're letting me know that I'm that passenger princess where you're
Yeah.
taking care of me. That's what I
Yes.
want. Like, I don't
In
have to
real
take the wheel.
time.
Like,
Yes.
I don't have to keep driving. Like, you're taking the wheel, and you're opening doors, and you're ordaining my steps, and you're kind
Mm.
of like leading me, and I don't have to I make a joke. It's like that movie Bird Box, with Sandra Bullock, where like she's blinded and she kind of has to like, trust
Yep.
like where she's
Where
going. And
she's
that's how
going.
I feel like God is like leading me. Like I feel like I now have a blindfold on and I'm like, I don't have to be in control. I don't have to know what's
Mm.
happening. I am
Ooh.
like letting you lead me, and like his direction's always going to be better than wherever we're bringing ourselves. So
Yep.
that's it.
That is so good. That is so, so good what you just said. I think like you've actually summed up a lot. Like, and that last point was so good. Like just having the faith and trusting that in
Hmm.
the end it's all going to work out, right? And it might not be exactly what our plan was, but in the end it's all going to work out, right? Because he
Exactly.
has the ultimate and the best plan for us.
Yeah.
My last question for you then would be, so if there's a woman that's watching this right now and they're still stuck in survival mode, or they're still thinking like, like I don't know if this is for me, or what am I really going to get out of this, or can change really take place, and I know you're just 2 months in, right? Like you still have like a length to go, what would you say to that person?
I would say, yeah, like this program's for you. And even for like I wanna touch on like different types of like females that may think that this is not for them, or like what does
Yes.
being feminine mean? Like, because I'm like more of like a sporty girl, and I'm like,
Yeah.
does feminine mean like I gotta start like wearing makeup and like wearing heels and like doing all this stuff? And it's like, no, like that is
No.
the outward appearance of feminine, but there's still like inner feminine work that
Yes.
needs to be done, like in just the way we show up, the way we respond, the way we ask for help, the way we surrender, the way we can get vulnerable. Like, so if there's like some tough girls out there that feel like, I don't know if this is for me, like it's for you. Cause I didn't know if it was for me, but then as we're going through, like you said, we're 8 weeks in, and
Yeah.
every week is kind of like a different type of transformation.
Building
Every week
on.
is like, yeah, yeah, I'm learning different things, and I'm like, oh, okay, that could mean I didn't know that, I wasn't being feminine in this situation, but okay, that's how I can, present more feminine in this situation. And it's not just like a outward thing, like it's an inner
Yeah.
thing too. And I'm sure like as I'm changing my inner self, like it's gonna change the way
Yeah.
I present outwards, but
Yeah.
that's not the end goal. It's more just like how
The
you
inner
want to show
healing.
up, how you want to be seen, and how you want to present in the world. And I think, yeah, this program has been very good. Like there's a good dynamic of ladies that are in it, and we're all in different areas. Like there's some that like present super feminine, but they're still in this program. So it's like
Yeah.
I would have thought they were feminine. But then there's inner things that are
Right.
like, no, like the way they respond or talk to people, they're like, I'm not coming off feminine in that way. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's an amazing dynamics of like there's not like a set like way or look of feminine or mindset, but I feel like this kind of like brings everything into perspective. But it's a man, I can't even think of the word, but it's like well grounded. It's a well
Mm-hmm.
grounded program that kind of just kind of helps you with everything. So my recommendation would be for people to jump on the program. Even if you're thinking like, well, I can do these things myself. Like, no, sometimes you need coaching.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to invest. Like the
Yeah.
reality is, like if you can invest in like other things like that are not helping you in life, maybe you can scale back on those things and like find the finances to invest in
Yeah.
something that can change your future, because
Yeah.
it is really for you. And we put a lot of like, even as a single mom, we put a lot of money into our kids, time into our kids, work, friends, family, whatever, and we neglect ourselves. So
Yeah.
start putting yourself first and jump on the program.
Yay, I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you talked about like the investing in yourself, because I think so many times like people they'll drop money to go on the trips. They'll drop money
Yeah,
to do all of the things and like all of the exterior like the external stuff, right? Like that lasts for like a week or 2 weeks. But then what
yeah,
happens when you still inside, there's still something missing inside. There's still work that needs to be
yeah.
done
Like this
inside.
is
Like
life
it's
changing, and this
life
is like
changing.
something that stays with you, that it'll be like the best investment that you've ever done,
Yeah, I
I
love
think.
that.
And
I
I'm not
love
even
that.
done yet, but that's
I
how I
know
feel.
that's
Like
what I'm
it's
saying.
no, there's
And
still more. There's still more, but I could already see how like it's changed me. And I'm like, wow, like I'm raising my hands and I'm worshiping and I'm crying in church and I don't even care who's looking. Before I used to be like, yo, get it together, you know? But like, so
Yeah.
it's bringing out that, like, I'm embracing that side of me that I think is long overdue, long overdue.
I love that. I love that. And I love this conversation, Latanya. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing and like just letting people know where you are at, where you are right now, and the fact that you're only 8 weeks in. There is still so much more to go, but being able to see the changes that have taken place in such a little amount of time is amazing. And I look forward
Definitely.
to everything that's gonna be happening. We're gonna definitely do another follow-up again at some point later on because I think we're gonna consistently see the transformations happening. But I do want to thank you for your time today. I
No
truly
problem.
appreciate it. So thank you so much.